Yep, that Captain Morgan. The one responsible for many a college headache and morning walks of shame. But before he got a leg up on the rum business, he was quite the headache to the Spanish in the mid-1600s. Born Henry Morgan around 1635 in Wales, fate would bring this young fella to the Caribbean of all places. It's unknown exactly how he got there. He could have been part of an expedition, served as an apprentice, who knows. All we care about is that it's the 1660s and Morgan is now in the Caribbean, setting up his home base in Jamaica, which was recently captured by the English. Around this time, Jamaica was developing into a reputable trading hub, revving up its plantation business and seeing roughly 1,500 privateers spend their spoils on the local economy. Morgan sailed under English privateer Sir Christopher Mings as a captain, and together, the crew ransacked Spanish settlements and cities across the Caribbean and Central America. Jamaica did eventually come under threat of invasion from the smelly Spanish, so Captain Morgan was promoted to the much less marketable Admiral Morgan and was put in command of 12 ships and about 700 men. Through his letters of marque from the English crown, Morgan had permission to attack Spanish and Dutch vessels at sea. The problem, though, is that ships hold significantly less goods for the stealing than, say, an entire town. Though he was not legally cleared to do so, Morgan began attacking Spanish strongholds between the years of 1667 and 1671. His exploits netted him millions in Spanish bribes to spare towns and cities, and by the time he attacked Panama City in 1671, Morgan had over 30 ships at his command and hundreds of crew members, by far the largest across the Spanish Main at the time. Now, in order to take down this Panama City where the gold coins gleam and the girls got titties, Morgan sent a well-armed and well-trained party of 300 men, which clashed against roughly 1,600 inexperienced Spanish soldiers. And to say that the Spanish got their shit slapped would be an understatement. The Spanish forces saw between 400 to 500 casualties, with Morgan only losing 15 men. Panama's governor, now cornered, decided that instead of allowing Morgan to take the city, he would instead burn it to the ground. After Morgan claimed his victory, the city erupted in flame as the surviving Spanish troops set fire to the city. The blaze lasted until the next day, where Morgan and his crew plundered whatever goods weren't burnt to a complete crisp. They burnt the spices. They burned the gold. They burned me. Since what he did was technically illegal, Morgan was arrested but was never charged with any crime, and was instead formally knighted for his undying loyalty to the English crown. He did make his way back to Jamaica and served in a government role with the goal of eradicating piracy from the Caribbean waters, but he eventually fell out of power and fell onto the bottle, becoming a depressed alcoholic. In his final years, Morgan made sizable investments in plantations, owning 3 along with 131 slaves to work them. On August 25th, 1688, Henry Morgan died of complications from his heavy drinking at the age of 52. Across his very successful pirating career, Morgan's total captured booty is estimated to be worth around $19.6 million, adjusted for inflation. Although he died a drunk, his spirit lives on in your local alcohol store as an ironic proof of his spicy exploits. Remember to pour one out for the captain, who was really an admiral.